forgive the man that killed your own son? No, really think about it. Would you forgive the man that killed your own son? The man that took something so precious away from you by putting a bullet through him with his gun. And all that your boy was doing was hanging out with some friends. It didn't even matter that it was an hour past 10 because you could trust that he'll behave. That when you wake up, you'll be in his bed the next day, perfectly sound, not a scratch on his face. It'd be horrible to find out that this wasn't the case. Woken up by a phone call confirming your son is dead. Now isn't that like taking a bat and swinging it at your head? Just imagine it. Remaining speechless. And our instinct to breathe? Gone. Now what about the God that had to watch his own son die on a cross for sinners like us? See, we would act in anger if just a couple days after we came face to face with that murderer. And all he were to do was smile and spit at our face. Showed no remorse and simply walked away. Crazy thing is, we do the same thing like God every day. So stuck on our ways and conform to our sin. So what if God decided to enrage himself like us and never to forgive? Because all we do is laugh and spit right back at him. And just like Adam, we make up excuses for our actions, hopelessly lost with no sense of direction. We say, do whatever pleases me, forget who I make angry. We forget to be thankful that God has so much mercy. See, he didn't have a reason to climb on the cross other than to show his love. So here's question 2. How long have you held back the rage? How long have you kept the pain that person or situation caused? What you're doing is causing a strain between you and God. Because you're saying that you can't let that go, when he's been able to let go of the fact that your greed and lust killed his own son. When he's been able to show you mercy by giving you life, giving you air to breathe in the chest to breathe it, since 2,000 years ago, that your pride and selfishness misjudged and killed a man that was innocent. What you're doing is causing a strain between your and God's relationship. See, God is the ultimate example of what it means to forgive, because his son died so that we can continue to live. Because of that, because of what he did, we see a grace every single day that we're so unconcerned with. We've been spared by his wrath. Just another example of how he is good. Because if we take a look back in the scripture, we see that he easily destroyed Sodom and caused the earth to flood. So what makes you think that he can't do that to us? See, the difference between the God now and the God then is the fact that you still have a chance to be forgiven. Because when Jesus died on that cross, he did it for all of our sin. And he didn't do it with just one shot. It was 3. With 2 nails on his wrist and 1 on his feet. See, the beautiful thing about this is that he was dead in the grave and then became risen. He still got up and broke the mortal prison. He still got up despite all the past inflicted pain. Because he wasn't about to stop until he saw all of his children could be saved. And grabbed what could have been a real bad grudge, turned it into an immense amount of love. So I know it must hurt. It might be a difficult task on you. But forgive much, because by much, you've been forgiven too.